Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We've done reviews before, but I've never done a review for a sump pump. So let's go ahead and open this box up and see what's inside. Alright everyone, I've said it before, as a veteran of the United States Army, I take my word, I also take the credibility of my channel very seriously, so if I don't believe in a product, I will not recommend it at all. So you have my word on that. I'm under no obligation here whatsoever to give a positive review if it does not deserve it. Alright, so we have some miscellaneous parts here. Oh, that's part of it. Oops. Okay. Now you might be asking, what am I doing with a sump pump for? Well, you know, you never know what my subscribers will need in the future. And maybe somebody's just looking for a sump pump on YouTube and they're looking for a review. So here we go. Now, if you're here watching this, you probably know what a sump pump does, but if not, what this does is it pumps out water. Now, what I believe, from what I looked at, like this is a float, and this will turn it on and off at a certain water level, or I think you can just go ahead and have it just pump water out. All right, let's read the instructions here, and we'll get back to you. Alright, this is what everybody wanted. Here are the specs. So it's rated at 400 watts. It has a waterproof rating of IPX8. Maximum supply height is 5 meters, so I guess it's pushing up 5 meters. Max flow rate 8,000 liters per hour, and max submersion depth is 5 meters. So that's as deep that you can put it is 5 meters. Alright, according to their instructions here, if you're you can use it either, you can permanently mount it. It just, you mount it and it's done, and they recommend rigid pipes with a non-return valve. This prevents return flow of the liquid to the when switching off. So yeah, so if you're pumping, especially if you're going up, it turns off, it keeps that water from coming back because you're trying to pump it out, so you don't want the return. So you can hook it up with rigid pipes. Or they give you this hose adapter, which has a small rib here, you have threads here, and more ribs here. So I'm guessing you could put one of 3 different types of hoses on there. It also states that when threading these things on, they want you to use a thread sealant, like a Teflon tape. Now what's cool is like there is an O-ring here. See right there's an O-ring. So that's pretty good. That should also help with keeping it watertight. Now, for our intents and purposes of our test, I'm not going to go ahead and mess around with the Teflon tape because we're not permanently mounting this, and we're just doing like a short-term test. And I'll have to see if I have a hose that'll fit this. I do have a pump. I used to have a property that had like a culvert that would flood, and I'd have to pump it out. And I gotta tell you, I wish I had this, because this would have been nice. I could have just left it on there, and the water came up. It would turn it on and off. Plus, you know, the gas motors, they're just a pain. You know, you got to sit there and start it, pull it, and try to start it. And then today with these ethanol gases, it just messes everything up. Okay, so it says you need 50 centimeters to float the switch to be able to move. The appliance can be submerged underwater to the submerged operating depth mentioned. Okay, so we got 5 meters that we can go, which is about 15 feet. So what they said here is this little cutout here is the adjuster for the float. So I'm guessing what you do here is if you want the float to be way down here, move it in. The closer you get it, the higher this is going to be floating in the water. So what it sounds like, there's a ball in here. So when this thing is floating, it should allow the pump to come on, and then when the water drops to a certain level, the ball goes in and turns the pump off. So I believe that's how that works. Alright, I think we covered all that. Not too much here to cover. We got the specs, we got everything, so sounds like it's time to go outside. We have a little pool set up, and we're going to give this thing a shot, see how it does pumping the water out. I know somebody's going to ask about the sizes, so we have 0.94 inches on this rib part, so say 9.5. On the threaded part, we're at 12.4 inches. I don't know what thread it is. Sorry, I can't help you on that. And we're at 14.5 on this bigger piece. I said I had a pump before. I still have it. I don't know why, but I still do. I have a blue hose. I bought it at Harbor Freight. That's all I can recommend. If you buy one of these hoses, buy one of these pumps, go to Harbor Freight. They have a blue hose. It's flat. You roll it out, and I believe it'll clamp to here. That's about what the size fitting on my pump I have back there. It's somewhere in that shed. I'm sorry, just for this demonstration, I'm not going to go dig it out, but let's go ahead and submerge the pump. Now they do recommend when you put in water, they said put the pump in, instead of standing it up like this, put it in at an angle, so that way air comes out of it, so you don't dry start the pump. So make sure you do that. You don't want to damage your investment here. And then we'll see how fast it can drain this pool. Apologize for the wind. I'll try to speak up. There's not much I can do about that. Remember, there's no on-off switch, so when you do this, make sure it's unplugged. Whoa. Oh yeah, I hear water going into it. Alright. I have this thing rigged up from a long time ago. I don't think that's going to work. Well, it needs to. I can't pump the water back into here. I don't have this properly attached. So we're just going to hope for the best. Like, this is just a demonstration. It would really be hard to like drop this into a well and show you how well it works without this. So the kiddie pool thing's a good way so you can visually see water coming out. And then that thing's going to spray the water out so you can see it. So right now it thinks that, hey, the water level's low. So now the water level's coming up. There we go. Fairly quiet. Oh, I do not have this hooked up properly. Don't try this at home. And I think I'm getting down to the point it's starting to suck air. So pretty impressive. Alright, there you have it, the little pump that could. Yeah, you know that PVC was pointing up, you know, it pushed it out. I also had it going through that cage that was actually an intake before. So my other pump wouldn't suck stuff up. So it was hitting that and blowing the water out quite nicely. So this thing seems like it's got a lot of power. So if you're looking for some kind of sump pump for whatever your needs are, I would recommend this. This is great. You don't have to monitor it. You have the float system here that will turn it on automatically and pump out the water. It's quiet. You got about, I'd say 15 feet of cord here. And like I said, if you're going to do this temporarily, you can go to Harbor Freight and get one of those hoses. Or you can thread on some permanent piping, which would probably be better if you're going to do this long term. So this is what you get. You get the pump, you have a built-in switch right here, and you have an elbow, and you have the hose fitting. That's what you get in the box. Links are down below if you're interested in buying this thing. Go ahead and share this with your friends. Maybe they need a beautiful little sump pump. And hopefully you'll subscribe. We do all kinds of product reviews, and we do a lot of traveling and tech stuff here on this channel. I love cameras, love drones. We have an RV, we travel all over, and we also get on the plane, we head overseas. So that's what we do here. We review, travel, all kinds of fun stuff. So like I said, as a veteran, from what I can tell from this, it seems like a pretty good product, man. It feels solid, and it worked, no problem. So if I need this thing and it gives me any problems in the future, I'll pin a post down below. But other than that, yeah, I would recommend, if you need a pump, go ahead and buy this one. So like, shares, comments appreciated. Please subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next review, or we'll see you in our travels.